right, there's number one. Who is it? There's 3 thumbs up. So who was number one? So there's 2 people in here. 4 people in here. Nobody talking yet. 5 people and 3 likes and nobody talking yet. I have had this where y'all couldn't send messages before. 7 and 6. It was 5 and 5 there for a second. Slow down, Knight. If somebody don't send me a message pretty soon, I'm going to assume it ain't letting you message. There it goes. Let's see, boy, there were several messages. Just wasn't showing them. Zach, howdy, Blue, Brian, Josh, JJ, Kelly, Cal, Paul. Now we're cooking with butter. Do y'all recognize that background? Been in my truck for a little while. I don't know how long, but a little while. I got in and did some cleaning on it before I got moved in. Hey, TJ, huh? What's up? Oh. Well, they brought me my truck back today. We'll see how long it lasts. Well, we'll see, Kelly. They did a wiring harness, new wiring harness that wasn't long enough, so they cut and spliced pieces of it. That's what was throwing the codes. So they supposedly got that fixed. Brandon, get the hell out of that backup. I hear you, Zach. You're getting there, buddy. My pickup truck about gelled up. My semi-auto shut-off keeps turning off and it's way under the cutoff temperature. Well, there's more reason to shut off besides being hot. Every day's a God day. 575 with 2 stops. James, what's up? Well, it ain't all bad for a rookie, bro. TJ. You keep it up, they might start paying you. No promises on that part, but I knew that'd get your attention. Would you rather me call you an old fart? I hear you. Richard, what up? Oh yeah, I'm sitting still. I don't live stream driving, so I gotta be safe. Grandma ain't mad at me, so see, there's another safety factor. Yeah, Josh, sound like you getting a hardcore introduction to winter trucking. Your kids do, I hear you. Josh, howdy. John, howdy. Jim Dunn. What is the difference in a corridor and a highway? Well, what's the difference in a highway and a parkway? Or a thoroughfare? Carlos, what's up? I hear you, Richard. You better keep her happy. 16 people, all of them pretty much regulars, and 10 thumbs up. What's up with that? Y'all got to make up for that troll I got. I got troll loves hitting them thumbs down. Oh, I'm sitting here idling the beast, charging my batteries up for tonight. I can't get used to that APU. Both them loaner trucks had the APU on them. That's right, TJ. Well, it's hard to use too much. However, if you do, it'll burn out your fuel injectors. You're just getting in. Now they're catching up on the like button. How did that go for you, brother? You don't want to strain your eyes trying to type. They probably only did one at a time, right? Hazmat tanks. Carlos too busy for us peasants. You know how he is. He'd be one of them important FEMA workers. Rico, what up? I don't think you can get your CDLs, your Class A, if you're taking shots. You'd have to look that up. Don't quote me on it. I've heard that before, but it could be a trucker story. Brian said they ain't worthy. Charles, what's up? Well, good deal. They tell you in order to fix it. I know it ain't going to make you any better looking, but are you going to be able to see any gooder? What you might want to reconsider getting the other eye done. That way when you look in the mirror, you close the good eye. Look at yourself with a bad eye and you think you look better. Alright, Zach saying he just went through it and you can't get it with the shots. This kind of weather, you don't need a fridge. Just put it in a baggie or in a cooler and put it on your catwalk. Get a stay coat. Actually, back in the day, we used to do that when we had to buy ice out here. We used to do that stuff. Carlos owns his own business, man. Charles, you finally caught me, did you? Well, good. I thought I'd seen you in there before, hadn't I? Well, that's a good deal, Kelly. I'm happy for you. Maybe you can take vacation, come down our way, and you can actually see to drive. Although that never stopped you before. He's an IT guy. He does the computer stuff. He drives a truck for a hobby. Well, twice. Well, welcome back. Warwick, what's going on, my friend? Well, Warwick said in Australia you can drive. He did it, but it was a little rough. That's right. Give people a place to run, or you a special driving lane. Yeah, electronics can bite you, buddy. Well, to us non-IT guys, it's all the same, Carlos. He don't fix your broken computer, he fixes your broken internet programs and stuff, is what he's saying. Oh, I turned down a load today. I don't do that very often anymore. They wanted to give me one that would make me work through the weekend, and I said, nope, I'm ready to go home. Well, normally, Josh, what we would do is put something in front of your radio and in front of your grill up there to block some of the air going into your motor. You can't totally block it off. That's why if you notice, you see some of the trucks that's got a piece of cardboard on the front of their grill. Well, it depends upon if you get a t-shirt or not, Jim. Do you ever get your t-shirt stuff fixed? Did you ever actually follow their protocol and get it fixed? Carlos went through it and it wasn't a big deal. You take a picture and you send it to them. They send you the stuff and you send it back to them. No, they send you a t-shirt too and they tell you to send their messed up shirt back. Not a big deal. $7 a.m. Hell, you barely went to bed by then. I bet you are, Zach. What are they going to do in the morning, JJ? Give you your test results or what? Somebody's sending me messages. No, they just wanted to get me rolling. And I wasn't in that big a hurry. So I got up my truck, I cleaned it real good. Well, for me, I cleaned it good. Sprayed a bunch of stuff down, got some of the smoke off of, well, the top layer anyway. I tell you now, smoking these trucks are bad. I'm going to blame it on whoever had the truck before me 2 years ago. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Nathan, what's going on? It has been a minute. Well, good for you, James. Congratulations. That's a hard battle. Me and Grandma quit for 2 or 3 months last summer, I think. Well, I guess it was a couple years ago when I got into this truck. Oh, it's been a minute. We both went back to it. Yeah, they renewed my room today at 11 o'clock, more or less. Checkout was 11. 2:30, they were sending me a message saying my truck was ready. Oh, dude. That would be hard with 2 smokers at home. Yeah, but that vaping, it's got its bad points too. Running the night loads. I can't do that switching back and forth anymore like I used to. I used to, it wasn't so bad because I had a whole different sleeping habit. And it literally took me years to get where I could sleep of an evening now. Alright, Paul. And now that I'm sleeping halfway decent, I don't want to change back. And every once in a while, this company gives me one of them 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning deliveries, and I do raise hell about it. Sound like you got that gingivitis stuff started, man. If it hurts, it might be killing stuff in there in a good way. Don't worry, Zach, that'll change when you start eating this truck stop trash out here. You'll wish your taste buds didn't work. Yeah, we're trying to work on that Papa Joe Mafia shirt. I don't know how many of y'all gonna want it. I love that idea. I thought that was funny. So we're working on it. I sat in there earlier and tried to take a couple pictures for him. He's gonna see if those actually work tomorrow. If not, might have to wait till the weekend to make them. Brandon's getting one. You want to be one of my lieutenants, right? Jim Dunn's wanting the head of security. And Jim Dunn done bounced off the walls and bounced out of here. Y'all picking at him and he ain't even there to read it. Oh yeah, changing fuel filters. See, and I'm lucky over here, they don't allow that nonsense. I understand, Zach. I don't want nobody to buy anything that's going to put the hurts on them, man. Now, I'm going to see if I get him working on them hats, too. I got an email from them that they're starting to do hats, and I told him about it yesterday, I think. Maybe the day before. I think it was yesterday. And he was looking and couldn't find it. I think he should make the hat so that whatever color shirt you get a hat to match it. Then all I got to do is start with shoes. See, then you can have your hat, your shirt, and your shoes all matching. Well, that's cool. I'll be glad to know it's in a collection. And it's going to be my regular logo that I have put on it. The one with my boy Nathan. Oh, brutal cold spell. I went in there and got some chicken earlier, and they had the Weather Channel on, but I walked right on past it. I didn't care. And in the morning I wake up and there's snow. I'll be saying, damn, I wish I'd watched that. My CB ain't broke, dude. And no, they don't work on CBs. It's a Peterbilt dealership. They work on Peterbilts, not on Cobras. Kelly on here is my radio guy if I ever make it up there. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. it is a slow night. Wind chill -30. Where in the world you at, Nathan? Yeah, and some nights y'all got to just chat me up. Don't you bleed your air tanks? You should have a little wire you pull that bleed your air tanks. Yeah, I hear you. Those days suck, don't they? And Warwick's wanting some snow over there right now. Southern Minnesota. So you got a request in for a Florida load, right? You and all the other drivers. Oh, goodness. I forgot to take my meds. I done ate. Down hard tonight. I heard it was 80,000 a year. All right, Carlos. We understand. You just don't like us no more. That's all right. We'll get over it. Next he's gonna tell his family's more important or some silly nonsense. Yeah, Walmart. I heard they lowered their standards too. And their hiring process. Their hiring process was ridiculous. It'd take 4 to 6 months to get hired on over there. You'd have to interview a couple different times and all kinds of crazy stuff. You wouldn't get on there, Zach. You ain't got no experience. Well, that ain't good, Nathan. That 5 years were a pretty clean record. They used to want a spotless record. They might have lowered that part a little bit. Somebody's barbecue smoker. I don't know where they're going to a competition at this time of year. Sea Hill, what's up? Oh, goodness. I'll put you all to sleep. I keep yawning. Y'all put me to sleep if you don't start chatting. Well, a lot of that depends upon what route you got. Just sitting there watching people and traffic. Nothing particular to watch. Little traffic out there on the road. A few people walking back and forth. This truck's circling the lot. Howdy, Big Daddy. I told Grandma about you coming in the other day. She just busted out laughing. And for your information, I didn't break this one, buddy. Some of that computerized trucking. Oh, she getting along pretty good for an old woman. Her aches and pains have got worse on her, but ain't nothing but a thing. Rita, what's up? Icy roads to no ice. That sounds about like wintertime. We call that patchy ice. Yeah, she goes to that old bone cracker at least once a month. But she ain't got a whole lot to do around the house. So not all bad. Oh, I'm here at the Lowe's by our yard. Sitting there chilling, waiting on tomorrow. They got a one dropper in Houston. Oh, well, Zach, being that you had issues getting on anywhere, Yeah, the night's pretty damn good for you to start with if they'll take you. And you really don't have a lot of choices, do you? Well, there you go, buddy. If they'll take you, you get on over there, take your medicine, do your 2 years with a clean record, then move on. Well, that depends upon the truck and the trailer. They're gonna weigh 30,000 plus. A regular dry box with one of these plastic Pete's, they weigh 33 to 35. Trans Am. Big Daddy used to drive for Trans Am. And I'm like you, I've heard a lot of bad about them too. Uh-huh. Yep, we used to all have them chicken lights like that. I don't know if Trans Am trains or not though. And better yet, I don't know if they got any trainers worth a damn. Same thing goes for Knight, actually. Well, it's pretty much going to be one of them deals where you go out and you go through the motions and do what it takes to get through your training period with them and get your own truck. They are with no experience, huh? They do it, but it's 11-day training. I know it's been years since you drove for them, Big Daddy. How were they back in the day? Are they worth a damn? Lord, it's been 15 plus years since you drove for them, unless you went back to them. Well, he was trucking across country and got to Indianapolis. He had to stop in Indianapolis. Actually, we stopped over there at a White Castle. Cause I got me White Castle. He had to help one of his buddies that had started over there do their logbook. I remember that well. With all the chicken lights, you got heavy chicken lights, do you? Tyson. Where you gonna take your road test in, Zach? Have you set that up yet? I hear you, Rita. Well, all of them's going to be like that, and they can't work you more than your 70 hours. So you might well get used to working 70 hours anyway. And there's always more than one way to skin a cat there. If they're pushing you too hard, you just legally go on duty everywhere you're supposed to legally go on duty. And it burns that 70 hours up pretty damn quick. Come to Popo. Well, they're in and out of here all night long. This little town here, their police is pretty damn good. Remind you of old school policing. They go around and check all the businesses and patrol through the business areas, and yeah. Over there at our yard, they drive through over there several times a night. And my fan just kicked on. Down to 31 here. Are you a driver there, Philly? If you think driving is not hard, you got another thought coming. Yeah, it's pretty clear here right now. Grandma didn't tell me what it was at the house. Not like that. Like driving is hard. Wow. That's a misconception a lot of them have. Yeah, you definitely want to get your manual. You don't want that automatic restriction. Although more and more of the companies are going to automatics. Oh yeah. How do you think they get supplies to their places? But that's one of them deals where you wind up going to their restaurant, you have to tailgate it, take it inside, all that stuff. That'll keep you in shape. I hear you, Paul. Well, Josh, I let them comments roll right on by me, buddy. I guarantee you I've seen them and read them. I just let it go. Oh, no, I ain't talking about the automatics. I'm talking about the hard labor. And, no, it ain't that I'm against manuals at all. I'm not. Hell, I just climb out of a 10-speed. I can drive anything you put me into. But I like the automatics. They've gotten a lot better, and it's a lot easier on my wore-out knees. You youngins get 25 years out here riding these clutches and brakes, and your knees are going to be shot. You don't think so right now because you're young. But down the line, it will change. Nope, they're really not. I hear you, Zach. Would Dread Pirate? Well, it's just smart money for them, man. They don't have near the repairs on the clutches and everything else. They don't have drivers riding the clutch and tearing them up. I mean, there's actually a lot to it. And they don't have drivers wrecking as bad. So it's a lot easier to get drivers in the truck and on their own. It's hard enough for some of them to back up with an automatic, much less with trying to how to operate 3 pedals and back up. No, it's my old one. Sometimes I wonder, Josh, if we really drive them or not. Well, that's true, Tanker. There's a lot of truth to that, Josh. That last one I drove, it had that lane departure nonsense on it. That nonsense telling you how, dude, I was a 1.5 trucks off someone's back and the thing would start slowing me down. You know, here I am trying to gas on it to keep pace, watching the traffic so that I can move over to pass them, and it's slowing me down. Then I had one young blood that was trying to tell me how they was a good thing. There ain't a damn thing good about it. Well, it tells me how fast the truck in front of me is going, how fast I'm catching up. We call that paying attention. I can see the truck getting bigger. That means I'm catching up. Oh, I just did it so y'all can watch traffic instead of just me. Well, the ones we're supposed to be getting supposed to be a 12-speed automatic. And they say they're a lot better than these 10s. I hear you, Nathan. I like me a fried bologna sandwich. Oh, that's happened a couple of times, Philly. Yep. Yeah, the owner of our company, he's got a new truck, pickup, and it has that lane departure, and if he doesn't, if it starts telling him he's going too far out towards his edge, whatever, it'll start locking up on him, hold him in his lane. And if he pulls up to a stoplight and he sits there too long, it'll turn off on him. Then whenever he lets off the brake and hits the gas, it starts up and goes. And that's in a regular pickup. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to tell that you're gaining on them and that you need to pay attention. And if you want to just pace them, they're great for that. Turn your cruise on and let it just pace them. Then everybody's in a nice little order like you're supposed to be. Plenty of room for four-wheelers to get in front and between you and make you slow down even more. That ain't my kind of trucking, I'm sorry. No, I ain't sorry. And it still ain't my kind of trucking. I'm hoping to get my batteries charged back up. They might be charged up by now. First got in here, they'd been ran down because they'd been in the shop. Yeah, I figured they had a name for it. Well, let me turn this thing off and see how it's gonna do on the battery back there. I'll wind up starting it up and charging it again before I go to sleep, I'm sure. Oh. Your head was roaring. Oh, hell no. No, and Grandma got mad at me because I didn't hardly eat that day. Have to eat to take my morning meds, and I didn't do it. Finally, around lunch, I ate a little bit. Took my morning and lunch meds at the same time. She jumped my butt. But she party when she get mad. So I get her mad once in a while. She made party for when she got mad at me. Exactly. Gotta go, gotta go. Well, my truck runs 70. I want to run 70. Speed limit 70 and 75. I want to run 70, not 65, not 68. I want to do 70. And I try to get out there and get around them, get back over. Sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes I make folks mad, they'll get over it. Or they won't. I have a right to block traffic up too. Although I used to be one of them hammer lane boys, and I didn't think anybody's supposed to be in the hammer lane but me. Y'all probably still see the old paint out there. It says Papa Joe's Lane. For Papa Joe only. don't know if that is Reaver unit or his truck, but that one right there in front of me is smoking. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Pretty light smoke for trying to see it on a camera. Uh-huh. Well, we don't want them to get bored, man. Keep them on their toes and awake. Driving wise, yeah, Hawaii. Well, and Alaska. So pretty much the lower 48. I've been through. Uh-huh. Well, she mostly just gets on me about eating a breakfast, something for breakfast to take my meds. And then I get trucking all day and we'll be talking, yeah, I need to stop and get something to eat. We'll talk 2, 3, 4 hours later. Well, we talk several times in between, but still. Do you ever stop and get something to eat? No. Why not? No, I forgot about it. Shit, that blows her away. Same thing about using the bathroom. I don't see how you can just blow them both off. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Oh me, oh my. Going on 8:30, huh? Yeah, I'm about to fall asleep in that motel today when I start getting messages about truck being ready. Don't it figure? Well, what do you think of it, Rita? $1,000, that's probably for your schooling. That's $250 a week. They'll put you up in a motel. They might furnish you 1 or 2 meals a day. 18 cents a mile ain't very much. Chances are you're going to do all the driving, so how many miles they say you're going to get? Well, you got to do more information than that. Yeah, I can relate. Nathan, been there and done that. Well, with the money you're talking about 3 months automatically. That comes off of that. You said 4 weeks training basically, and then 2 months out with a trainer. There's 3 months that you already lost. So that leaves you 9 months. You gonna tell me that you're gonna make 70,000 in 9 months? I think they're blowing smoke up your skirt and telling you the grass is on fire. I don't know nothing about Uber. Well, did you watch my video the other day, Little Fish in the Big Pond? You need to watch that video. I told you what Grandma used to tell you. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. We got guys over here that run pretty damn hard, and they're making between 70 and 75,000 a year, and that ain't with 3 months off doing training. Now that's home pretty much every weekend, but that's beside the point. That's knowing how to truck, knowing how to schedule your stuff, not wanting to be home on all the holidays, not being afraid to leave out Christmas afternoon. So they're all about the trucking. Get home on Friday and leave out on Sunday. Well, I used to be thinking about the bull racks. They kind of looked the other way with them running as fast as they did. But back in the day, you'd run a couple of days, then you'd have to stop and let them out, and feed and water and all that good stuff. I don't think you haul them near as far as we used to. I didn't haul them, don't get me wrong. What about port driving? It's driving in and out of the port, man. You're hauling containers in and out of the port. Well, it can be once you learn how it operates. It can also be a pain in the butt. You're going to pay your dues learning how to operate it. You got to know when to go into the port. You don't want to catch them when they first open. If you do, you want to be one of the first ones in line. You got to get to know the port so you know where your containers are likely to be. Most of the ports, if you once you leave the port with a trailer and you come back, if there's any damages, you got to pay, including flat tires and stuff. That's where I had the upper hand. when I ran in and out of the rail yard, because I'd make sure everything was fixed on my trailer, on my container before I left the port. A lot of them boys would just grab their trailer, their container, and haul butt. Then when they come back, they're being charged for lights and mud flaps and tires. And then they want to cry and carry on about how they got ripped off. No, you got in a hurry chasing the dollar, and you didn't follow protocol and get that stuff fixed. You have to do an outbound inspection and an inbound inspection. And it's on you to find the stuff wrong with your container and make them fix it before you leave. A lot of them wouldn't do that. They wanted to grab it and go. And then, like I said, come back in, they get hammered. And, oh, I got screwed. No, you didn't. You screwed yourself. Well, that's good for you, Brandon. It teaches you patience. Oh, it can be very time consuming. You catch them lines going in and out at the wrong time. Oh, you'll kill a couple hours getting in and out of the port. And that's what I'm saying. You have to learn how to work the port. And I can tell you all day, but until you're there learning it, what's that, Brandon? Being awake makes you smoke? Because I know you ain't going to blame it on the traffic. Some of them was. They still had a lot of the old Bud wheels and stuff. I used to stand out there and watch them change tires and make sure that they did it right. A lot of drivers don't realize if they don't tighten them up right on the old Buds that, boy, old tires go down the road just wobble, wobble. Well, that depends upon how well you learn, Rita. And what I was saying about 2 years is I was telling you to get on with a company. And you're talking, most of the companies that you're going to get on with, they're not that great a company. They're one of the big mega companies. And all the good companies that you do want to get on with, they require a 2 years minimum driving experience. So yeah, you can get out here and make okay money your first couple years if you do your homework and choose well. But after your 2 years is when the door opens up, because so many of the good companies require 2 years experience. If you only have 6 months driving experience and start trying to chase that dollar and find the better company, well, good luck to you, you know. Well, the chances are the one's going to hire you with 6 months ain't no better than the one you're leaving. So yeah, in 2 years you have a whole new door open up. And it also depends upon what you call good money. Everybody has their own definition of what good money is. But I know people working for CRST that's making pretty decent money. Now they're working for it, and they learned the system. I hear you. I never hauled out of the Long Beach port. I've been to Long Beach a lot. I didn't know they had a terminal down in Houston. Reed, I'm telling you now, you ain't gonna make $70,000 a year with them. Well, if you're talking about the Houston port, Zach, they're not as bad as Savannah. I ran in and out of Savannah, Georgia port. And lordy, that one could get bad. The Houston port's bad, but it ain't as bad as Savannah. And there's several ports around Houston too. I use two of the littler ones that I go in and out of, and it ain't bad at all. I don't know about their main port. I don't go to it. I see a lot of truck traffic going in there, but not as near heavy traffic as I've seen at Savannah. That is correct, Josh. CRST is only teams. Well, I'm just north of Houston. Well, that depends upon the individual. What's the definition of bad? You know what kind of money you need to make. So what do you need to make your ends meet? Then on top of that, you add at least $200 a week for your road expenses. Oh, you missed a lot, Paul. You have. Watch it later. Stuff that make you shake your head. Oh, well, what we're talking about being bad at the terminal is all the waiting lines. You'll have waiting lines to get checked in because they're high security nowadays. And then you, depends upon what yard you're at. A lot of times you have to go pick up a chassis, and that can be in a line. You'll have to get in a line to wait to get your chassis repaired if there's anything wrong with it. Then you go get in line for wherever your container is, and you're waiting in line for the lift to put the container over on your chassis. Then you got to go get in line to leave, and that's an inspection on your container leaving. That's another line. So in the port there can be a lot of lines. So it all depends upon what port you're going to and where you're going inside the port on how bad it's going to be. But don't be surprised going into a port if you hit it at the wrong time of day. For if you get in and out in 2 hours, that's a good day. And then you got to go deliver your load, and a lot of them are fairly local. And then you got to check in and out again today. So you can easily spend 4 to 6 hours just getting in and out of the port. Now, once you learn the system, you can shave some time off of that. If you wind up hauling the same type of containers out, because there's several companies with containers, you'll learn that if you carry some donuts and biscuits with you, when you go inside and you start getting to know the repair guys, you can give them a donut and a biscuit every once in a while, and all of a sudden you'll be cutting in a few lines, or they're out working on the line, repairing some of the containers where they get picked up. You can swing by out there and stop and visit for a second, give them a sausage biscuit. Then all of a sudden they fix that minor little repairs you're needed, so that you're not in line back there at the tool shed. So they're just different things you got to learn. You learn what time of day to hit that port. That's your biggest one right there. What time of day to hit the port. Now, when I hauled them, everybody wanted to go home every night. All the drivers did. I didn't go home. I'd stay out all week. And I was only working 75 miles from the house. But I would go ahead and do my deal, and I would pick up a trailer later in the evening when everybody else had went home. It ain't near as busy. I'd get mine, check out. The lines you ain't got a line most of the time. I'd drive to where I got to be. I'd be there in the morning. I would kick that load off. Time I got back down to the yard, the rail yard, the morning rush is over, and I'd ease right on through there, do my deal. So it worked good for me, and I was averaging doing 2 turns a day. I made damn good money. But I've told you all in many a video, and this is no different, learn what rules we're playing the game by, and learn how to use the rules against them. That's exactly what I just told you. That was learning the rules of that game, and I learned how to use the rules against them and to my advantage. That's what I keep telling you all about. You got to learn trucking, and you got to learn what you're doing in trucking. Well, cool, Paul. Hope you enjoyed the visit. Nobody rushes to get you out of nowhere. Your time means nothing to nobody. Everybody else's time is important. The truck driver's time is not important. No, ELDs do not limit you to 2,500 to 3,000, 3,300 miles a week. That is not true. Boy, it ain't no lie, Paul. Have that paperwork together. Well, it's not an easy living, and the whole thing, Rita, is you've got to get into it, and you got to learn. Everybody listens to the commercials and the recruiters, and they all tell you, oh, you go in there and you just gonna make a fortune. The first year there, you're going to make $1 million. Well, that shit ain't true. What job do you know that you can go to in the world and just automatically go to top wages? $70,000 a year is pretty much top wages in the trucking industry. And if somebody's telling you that you're going to come in as a rookie, you don't know how to drive, you don't know how to work the system, you don't know the highways, but you're going to make top wages, Really? Be realistic. Do you really believe that? How about you got to learn your job? You got to learn how to drive. You got to learn the highways. You got to learn when to hit the cities. You got to learn how to deal with dispatchers, shippers, receivers. You know, you got to learn your trip planning. There's so much that you have to learn, and they do not teach you that in truck driving school or in your training. The people that's going to be training you, they ain't got a clue. Now, if you say this ain't giving you hope, well, I'm sorry. No sugar added on this channel. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you the truth. So, you know, you've got to pay your dues and learn how to work the system. Thank you, Angel. That is correct. That's something else I say. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle. No me time at all. You're correct. What do you mean, Josh? Papa Joe, it isn't a company truck. Explain yourself. I hear you, Angel. And that luxury extended sleeper. A container comes off of the chassis. The chassis is your frame that hooks to your truck with your trailer tires on it. And it's just a bare bone thing. The container is just a big square box that sets down on the chassis, and on all four corners it's got a little lock. So a regular trailer is made all in one piece. The box is fastened, factory fastened permanently to the chassis. And a regular container, they separate. That way they take them off the wheels and they stack them on a ship or on a train a lot of times. And they haul them to wherever. They get to the other end, they got a big special machine that picks them up, takes them off of the boat or the train, and it sets it down on the wheels again. Comes off of the chassis, not out of. Well, Josh, that still ain't true. A company truck or an owner-operator, ELD does not limit your miles. What limits your miles is the speed that you can run and what trip you are running and how good you are at your trip planning. The ELD doesn't do nothing but monitor how many hours you work. That's all that ELD does. It does not limit how many miles you run. So if you've got a 70-mile-an-hour truck, which is not unheard of and ain't out of the ordinary, and you're running across country, once you get away from the Midwest here and you're on open roads, you can run 70 miles an hour 11 days or 11 hours a day, more or less, and you're going to knock out up to 700 miles a day. So we have drivers over here, our trucks run 70 miles an hour and they get over 4,000 miles a week. I said, no. That's right, Angel. You and Paul right. If you're listening to some of the YouTubers and the recruiters, they're going to tell you what you want to hear to get your butt in the seat. Me, I don't really care if you get in a truck or not. I'm not being mean about it. But it's no benefit, financial gain to me whether you do or not. And I would rather be known for being an honest individual than someone that's trying to stroke everyone's ego and tell them what they want to hear. And that's like a few weeks ago. It still blows me away. One woman came on, thought she was going to get her CDLs, and in 5 years she was going to have 2 condominiums bought and paid for. Going to retire from trucking, live in 1 condo, and go do some kind of little spare time work on her side, and the other condo was going to pay for hers, and you know, it was crazy. In 5 years, you're going to be lucky to have a real good down payment and be buying 1, much less have 2 paid off. It ain't going to happen. Somebody's lying to y'all. Well, Josh, once you learn the system, you can do $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week's not hard to get out here. Once you get the experience and know what you're doing. And the biggest problem that drivers have out here on not getting the kind of money they want is they simply will not listen. They will not take good advice. They think that they already know it all. They're listening to recruiters and bad advice, and oh, I already know. I know how to do, and I don't know how many times I've tried to tell somebody something. Oh, I know. I know, man. Okay, well, hell, if you know, I ain't going to tell you. You already know. Ain't no need me to. I'll shut up, and I'll go get my truck. Oh, Angel, you're doing fine. Well, Josh, I don't know where you came up with 60 cents a mile. You got a ways to go before you get that. Once again, you're talking at the very top of the pay scale. Now, it ain't a big deal to work your way up to 40 cents a mile. With 2 years experience, you can get 50 cents a mile. You can get a little over 50 cents a mile. But when you say I need 60 cents a mile, that's not realistic at all. You're not going to make that. And if you do, you ain't going to get no miles. It ain't a matter of working hard, Rita. It's a matter of working smart. You got to learn to work smart. And some of these pre-notions that that has been put in your head, you really need to disregard a lot of that, because a lot of it's not true stuff. If you go watch my videos, I might not be telling you what you want to hear, but I'm telling you the truth. So, you know, you can work up to $1,000 a week with the right company within your first 2 years. That's not hard at all. You can be making, with the right company and you learning how to work their system, you'll be making $600, $800 a week real easy. Real easy. If it's a damn good company and you learn how to work them, $800 to $1,000. You'll probably be averaging closer to the 800, but you know, and once again, this depends upon what you call money. What do you call good money? What do you need to send home? And of course, out of all of this, regardless how much you're making, you need to count yourself about $200 a week for your living expenses. Yes, you can cut that way down. That's a fact. However, you need to count on around 200 a week living expenses. Big Mike, what's going on? Wackadoodle, what's going on with you? Well, exactly, James. That's why I keep telling them that they got to learn. There you go. Right foot down, left door closed. Keep trucking. And Mike will tell you, Big Mike's been out here, 4 years now. He'll tell you, I've heard him say it before, you're not going to come out here and knock out all the big miles. Where somebody a while ago was saying that driving's not hard labor, I got news for you. You go run one of these trucks 10 to 12 hours a day, putting in a 14-hour shift, by the time you do stuff, yeah, these trucks are hard to drive. And it ain't physically hard, it's mentally hard. You'd be surprised how tired you get. So yeah, okay, you're not on the jackhammer like they was trying to say. Well, there's different kinds of hard too. You know? So you got to build up you got to build your endurance up. You're not going to come out here and be running 700 miles a day every day. Exactly, Angel. The 45 is doable with a little experience. You're not going to start with that. 45 is doable. That 60 cents, that's not realistic. Yeah, and how many miles they gonna get with that Blackbeard? Most of the flatbed companies that I know of, they're somewhat regional. You're doing good if you get a 300 or 400 mile run. I've flatbedded for a couple of different companies, and they're pretty much all short haul. Every day you wind up loading and unloading, tarping and untarping. I hear you, Zach. You couldn't handle it with me, buddy. You think I'm bad on here, you ought to meet me in person. Tell him, Big Mike, he knows me personally. You couldn't handle it, brother. Wackadoodle, that's a good question, buddy. What phase are you at? You said you've just gotten started. What phase are you at? You still in school? You out with a trainer? You on your own truck? You know, what phase are you at, buddy? Well, there you go. You see what C Hill just put up? Now that's Savannah, where I used to run in and out of. 4.2 million 20-foot containers. That's a lot. Now, you got to consider how many trucks are going in and out to pick up that many containers. That's true, Philly. They do hire. Well, there you go. See, now Mike's 4-year seasoned driver, and he's already calling it quits. Chances are he's got a couple hours he can still run. He's been out there dealing with the California traffic. You tell me driving ain't hard. That man just told you. I quit early, wore out. Driving ain't as easy as you think. You're not in your car. Well, that's good, Rita. And sometimes I'm a little hard. I'm sorry. That's part me. I am a loud individual. I'm not yelling. I'm not upset or none of that. That's just me. You definitely need to go watch some of my videos. Michael, how many miles a week you're averaging right now? Without me telling you why, this past year, give us an approximate how many miles you've averaged a week. Now, like I said, he drives for the same company I'm with, a 70-mile-an-hour truck. He does West Coast runs. So let's see how many miles he says he averages a week. Well, there you go. You see what Blackbeard's talking? Well, I understand all lower 48. What is your average run? How many miles is your average run, Blackbeard? All right, you're averaging 3,000 for the past year? That surprised me. I thought you'd be a little more than that. If you're getting an average trip of 1,600 miles, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. That's 2+ good days driving, so call it 3 days. You got 2+ days driving. Rest of that third day is going to be tarping and untarping, loading and unloading. 1,600 for 3 days ain't bad. Well, yeah, you're wackadoodle. I totally understand. The biggest thing that you can do is tell your dispatcher that you are getting overwhelmed a little bit and that you need to slow down just a little bit. It can get to be very overwhelming, intimidating, whatever word you want to use. And the only thing that is going to help you right now is by whatever means, you need to make your world slow down just a little bit. It's going too fast for you. So you need to have a heart-to-heart with your dispatcher and tell him that I'm getting overwhelmed. We're moving too fast. I need to slow down. And if they give you a ration of shit and try and tell you how you can't, talk to their boss. Remember, until you get to the big dog, there's always one more to talk to. You need to slow down. Do you have a safety department? If dispatch ain't listening, you need to talk to safety, and you need to tell safety, I'm getting overwhelmed, I'm getting nervous, whatever, and I need to slow down. I'm not feeling safe, I'm not secure, and get safety involved. Y'all have to remember, Michael pointed this out the other night to another young friend of ours. When you start saying, I don't feel safe, especially if you put it in writing, shit changes quick. Nobody, no company wants to be the one that force somebody into a situation where they don't feel safe. So they'll backpedal quick. That's about all you can do, wackadoodle, is make them slow down on you. And remember, no load is worth your life. And that's the bottom line right there. I hear you, Michael. Well, even getting your Class B, they're going to do the same thing to you. Well, divide your 300,000 by 24. That'll tell you how many miles you've averaged. Well, 150. So that's 15,000 a month. No, I'm wrong there. 150 divided by 12. I'd have to get my calculator, and it's on my phone here. Well, Zach, good luck, brother. You've been doing good so far. Keep it up. Well, if they tell you to grow a pair, tell them to suck yours and slow down. I guarantee you, somebody tell me grow a pair, I'd have some words for them they wouldn't like. So maybe you do need to grow a pair, and grow a pair to tell them to kiss your ass. And I ain't trying to be mean to you. When they tell you grow a pair, just look at them, say, all right, I will. Kiss my ass. And slow down. Well, if you made it just east of Flagstaff, you did good today, Michael. All right, Hill, take it easy. Well, there you go, right at the 3,000 mark. And that still has nothing to do with the ELD. The ELD did not regulate how many miles he got. It was called the speed that he can travel. It was called the load that he had, the weather he's dealt with, the traffic he's dealt with, the time off he's taken. But the ELD does not dictate how many miles you can get. Oh goodness, we'll run this up to the 2-hour mark and then I'm going to get off here. Call Grandma and let her flirt with me. If she ain't already went to bed on me. Yeah, I know that feeling. Well, Big Mike got a small taste of that pencil. His ELD went out on him for a couple weeks, a couple different times. And he got to go paper. That's right. He's being lazy and parking early. All right, Rita. Hope you learned something tonight. And like I said, go back and watch some of my trucking videos. They might help you out a little bit. There's that lime green truck of ours. I don't see how anybody can like that color. Oh, me, oh my. Well, folks, I think I'm going to get off of this thing. You're going to go get a massage, are you? Well, if you're on the right road, you're on 95. That ought to be beating you to death. Yeah, if you want to do dumpsters, yep. All right, James. Thanks for stopping in, bro. I'm going to be getting over here in a few minutes myself. Already took them, Paul. Thank you. All right, Wackadoodle. Keep us informed how it's going for you. Buddy, don't let them intimidate you. That's all they're doing. They're trying to... Chances are, if he's your trainer, he's making money off of your performance. So, of course, he wants you to perform good. So, and he has a dispatcher. All right, night, Philly. Rest y'all folks, I'm going to get off here my own self. Oh. Y'all have a blessed evening. I appreciate you stopping in and visiting. Don't forget about the Patreon page, the Facebook, the Teesprings, and all that good stuff. Oh. Y'all remember, God loves you. And so do I. Y'all have a blessed evening now. Rita, you're quite welcome.